Right. So your ultimate goal would be to
Whisper.
Oh.
You don't want nobody to know we talking? Is it the ultimate goal?
So your ultimate goal for this would be to what do you think your ultimate goal?
Money. Just kidding. No, well, I have different goals, you know. So, but when you say ultimate, the ultimate goal is we definitely want to inform people to change the way they're living so that they could live longer and healthier lives. You know, living till 120 sounds like about right. You know, the issue is, you know, when we see older people, they don't look very capable. Mm-hmm. You know, they're sick. They're bent over, you know, they just don't look very capable. Their mental health is dissipated, you know, they have Alzheimer's, and all these different things that are occurring, these diseases and the conditions of their body, is not because they're getting old. You understand? It's really because they're not getting the correct nutrition so that their bodies can do what it does, what it's supposed to do. You know, I always thought it was strange, you know, biblically to say that we're supposed to live to 120 and even later years until something changed. I don't understand the parameters of that situation. But if I'm supposed to live to 120, then when I see a person that's 70 years old or 75 and they look like they can't function, that's not very appealing to me.
Right.
Kill me at 50 then.
Right.
You know, let me go early. But the thing is, as I've been doing the research, it just seems like the reason why people look the way they look, you know, the elders look the way they look, is because they're not getting proper nutrition. So my ultimate goal is to educate and to inform and move people, to move the mindset towards eating right, planning our own foods, you know, making sure that it has the proper nutrition, the proper minerals in the foods, because you can't get minerals from anywhere else except the earth, right? Plants don't make them, okay? And while we're doing that, the transition to planting our own foods and making sure that they're going to be healthy foods, we need to take supplementation so we can carry ourselves towards looking the way we're supposed to look. Like, I'm 45, and I love it when people say, man, you don't look like you're 45, because in their mind we think 45 is supposed to be out of shape, fat, big stomach, you know what I'm saying, talking about I got back problems, I have knee problems. That's what we've come to know. Which
That's
is
the age of 45.
At the age of 45, the age of 50, you know, it's like next thing you know, we're getting heart attacks. You know, next thing you know, you're getting a stroke. These are the things that we've come to know or believe, which should not be. So, ultimate goal, like I said, educate, move people's mindset towards living healthy and productive, vibrant lives at 120.
And so you will be able to accomplish all that through fitness, essential vitamins
and minerals, right? Mental health, awareness, holistic healing, not an allopathic approach like the doctors would do, and eating like a vegan, eating like our ancestors, you know, eating raw foods, you know, moving away from eating blood of animals.
And what does eating blood from animals do to your body?
Well, anytime you put something in your body that doesn't belong there, like your blood, you know, if you put something foreign in your body attacks it, you know. So when you start putting in foods like bloods of other animals, and it's just not good for you. It's going to cause inflammation. It's going to cause, you know, you to, you know, it just causes a lot of, how would I say, it distorts balance. You know, it's not something that you're supposed to be eating readily. Like when I eat meat, I get my hemorrhoids flare up. Okay, so that's my body's way of telling me, hey, you know, what the flip you doing? You know what I'm saying? You eat too much of this, you know what's gonna happen to you. You know, too much for me is eating, you know, a chicken hand. That's 3 days of chicken, 4 days of chicken. Next thing you know, I can't even use the restroom right. You understand that? You know, so I started to see that occurring, You know, when a brother can't use the restroom, that's a problem, you know. And then when you do use the restroom and blood starts coming out your asshole, that's a big problem. So I was like, okay, something is definitely wrong. And I went to the doctor, and the doctor says, you know, well, I don't really know what's going on, but you just need to take this medication. So he gave me an aggressive laxative. When I just informed him that when I'm using the restroom, I'm bleeding and my stuff is coming out. So giving me an aggressive laxative only made it what? Worse. You know, so now it's all the way out. Now I can't even get up off the floor. So these things happening to me allow me to see that there has to be a better way. And I just simply figured out that I just need to change the way I'm eating. Change the way you eat, you know. Start eating raw foods, you know.
That's good.
So that's gonna happen. And fitness definitely is important. I mean, you working out, you know, you look good, you feel good, your body, it just looks good. I mean, we know when we work out, we're gonna look good, you know. When we get in the proper amount of sunlight, we're gonna feel good. When our body has the vitamins and minerals that it needs, we just become who we are.
Right.
Very godlike, you know. Very godlike.
So you talked about balance.
Yeah.
So what will give someone the balance they need?
Well, balance is going to come with, you know, we're talking about several different aspects of health here. We're talking about mental health, and we're talking about physical health, and we're talking about eating right? Okay, so that's balance. You know, we could just, if we focus just on mental health and ignored our fitness and our diet, we would be out of balance, right? So it's like a mind, body, spirit thing. So we want to make sure that we cultivate, you know, all these different aspects so that we could be complete, you know, so we could be at an equilibrium, you know, so that our bodies can just move and navigate through life very easily without worrying about stuff like I got diabetes, I got high blood pressure, you know, my back hurts, my knees hurt when I bend, you know, and you know, just I'm getting a big stomach because I'm eating, you know, too much sugar and wheat and gluten, you know, all these different things. We got to kind of just, okay, let's get our body to be balanced, you know, because everything that we put in our body that doesn't belong there, our body's gonna fight for you. You know, my body's been fighting for me since inception, right?
Right.
And it's been loving me unconditionally from the time I came out of my mother's womb, taking care of me, you know, allowing me to grow to what I am today. You know, I think I'm a beautiful man, you know, so I like to give the shout out to, you know, the creator and the creation, that this encasement, you know, it's like, it's just been taking care of me. But I haven't been loving the encasement. I haven't been respecting the temple. So when I start putting, you know, these foods in my body that hurt the temple, that's me not loving the temple. And eventually over time, the temple's going to be like, dude, I'm done with you. You know, I can't help you no more. I've been helping you for 45 years now, trying to preserve you, trying to keep you, you know, healthy, and you just keep throwing trash into me, not giving me the raw materials that I need in order for me to heal you. And then it's just like, okay, I'm done, like a divorce. You know, so if that answers your question.
That is good. That's something that kind of was an aha moment for me. Putting trash, things that don't belong in our body, is like not honoring it, not honoring the gift that we have, and almost disrespecting it.
Yeah, it's definitely a disrespect, and I think in the Bible, I don't know where it's written, you know, it's about the temple. Talk about the temple, you know, and you got to really respect the temple, because what resides in the temple is God, which is
sacred,
which is you. You know, what's going on in me, what you're seeing right now, like this physical body, is not really me. You know, what's me is what's inside it. And how I know these things is, I had a conversation with a friend a couple years ago, and I was asking her, I said, when you hear God, because she believes in God, so I was like, so when you hear God talking, does he have a male voice or a female voice? Talking to a girl, and she was like, well, it's like my voice. I said, oh, okay. I said, because when I hear God talking, I'm hearing my voice. Sometimes it seems like it's different, but it's still mine. because it's coming from where?
Within
Me. No matter how I could change my voice to sound like your voice in my head, right? And the next question I asked her is, can you do me a favor and tell me you love me without saying you love me? Just tell me. I want you to tell me when you finish saying it. And then she said, okay. She said it. I said, well, I didn't hear it, but did you hear it? And she said, yeah, I heard it, because she said it where?
In her ear.
So she heard it without using what?
Her ears, yeah.
She didn't have to use her ears to hear what she said. And she didn't have to use her eyes to see the image of her loving me. She could see it without her eyes. And then she could actually touch me in her mind without touching me with her hands. So I was like, whatever going on inside there is really you. Because they don't even need all this on the outside to do the things that the outside does. They don't even need hands and eyes and ears to hear, see, and touch. You know? And so that's what I felt would be God. You know? And it just made it clear to me that whatever is in the inside right here, it's been placed in this encasement. And so we should respect the encasement. It's like a protective field for now, or something that we just reside in. You know, it's like if I live in... When people come in your house, you don't want your house to look like shit. You know, so we walk in here and it's clothes everywhere, dirt everywhere, the refrigerator just ain't got no food in it, you know, everything dirty. It just don't, why are you living in here? You know, so take care of your temple.
Another part of this is having good energy. And you've taken a Reiki class and you're aware of what energy is, and having balance in not only your mind, your body, but your spirit, which is your energy.
Your energy.
Would that be a part of your new endeavor, Reiki? Or just introducing people to what chakras are and how to cleanse your temple? Because that's a part of not only eating right, but cleaning your energy, having great energy and vibes.
I will leave that to those that like Kajara, like for instance Miss Kajara. Nia Kajara is the one that's a Reiki master. I leave that to Kajara. You know, I'm like a student. You know, so I prefer to maintain that rule of this is not what I'm an expert in, and I'll let those people that are experts in that arena be the experts. And so that could just be something that we encompass or bring in, because we want to do a balanced approach, you know. So we want to do a balance, whatever we can do in order for us to heal, heal my brothers and sisters, of anyone that I love, you know, anyone, you know. If I want to spread that kind of love, hey, I will like, hey, you know, bro, I think you should go, you know, or sis, you should go and do womb cleansing. You know, I'm not gonna do womb cleansing. You're not gonna have me doing that for a woman. I just feel odd, you know, even thinking about trying to do womb cleansing for a woman, because there's things that are gonna be talked about and touched on that I think you should relay it to a woman, because it causes problems when you, in my mind, you know, problems will come in if I'm a man and she's a woman. A bond might be created that doesn't need to be created and distract the healing, you know. So I leave that to to those who are experts in that, you know. But if I get better at it, then maybe I'll introduce it.
Okay. Sounds good. So changing the way we are living, finding balance, the God-like within, balancing that. And we're going to start by changing the way we eat.
Yeah, changing the way we eat. That's definitely important. I mean, even in the experimentation of just me eating meat, after being a vegan for a little while and going back to eating meat, you know, a lot of horrible things occurs. You know, it messes with you on a mental level. Depression sets in, you know. But I won't say that's solely because of just eating meat. You know what I'm saying? But it don't help. You know, when your body is not functioning right, you're gonna get sad. You know, imagine that. You know, imagine getting up in the morning, and when you stand up and get out your bed, you get so dizzy that you pass out. Imagine that. So you can't even get up in the way that you used to get up. So when you get up, you got to move real slow like this, and then when you stand up, you got to stay still for a while, because you don't want to fall down.
Right.
You know, imagine that happen to you every morning. You know, imagine going up putting your elbow, you know, and it's just so painful. You can't even put your elbow on the table. You know, climbing upstairs, you feel your knees hurting. You know, walking and you feel off balance throughout the day. You don't even feel balance. You know, that's what eating bad foods do to you.
Right.
You know, it's just killing you. You know, so we just got to be able to like realize that we're the only ones that's gonna be able to save ourselves. And in order for us to do that, we gotta just start eating right. And that really means planting your own food.
Right.
That is really what it means, because you can't trust Kroger. You know what I'm saying? I went into Kroger the other day and saw a watermelon. A watermelon wasn't, you know how to do the little cut watermelon and wrap it in a plastic and sell it to you? I was looking at the watermelon, it was white.
Yes.
And it had no seeds. I mean, and they were selling this shit to me. They was like, oh, you need to buy this, black man. And I'm black man looking at this and going, are these people effing crazy? This is what they're giving to my people to eat? We supposed to pay you money to eat that crap? So I eat that crap. What does it do for my body? Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Breaks
No
it down.
nutrition.
Yeah.
You know, so they're messing with our food. They've messed up our food, you know, and they don't care. Because it's about, you know, making a little bit of money. They want to make some money. And not only that, I think it's bigger than that, but I'll leave that just for, I just think they don't really care. You know, if I fed you shit every day, people will look at that and say, he don't care about Marvin. I'm literally feeding you shit and having you eat it. I mean, you don't care about Marvin. You know, somebody feed me shit, they don't care about me.
And one day we talked about how putting the right things in your body, especially the essential vitamins, can reverse some things and heal your body.
Yeah.
That's what its job is, to heal itself. But, you know. So
that's definitely true. I mean, I'm so passionate about that because in my research, you know, just kind of like, you know, even there are scientists and researchers that came before me that have been saying this stuff way back before I showed up. That the mineral deficiency is the root of all disease. You know, that's been said and proven way before I even showed up at the scene. You know, so I'm like, okay, so now I'm here and I'm saying the same thing. It's like, what, are we going to listen? You know, because if you don't have the right minerals, I mean, we should know this. Even women, when they get pregnant, they know that they are now dividing whatever nutrition they're getting between themselves and their baby. And then all of a sudden they get these major cravings, right? They're getting major cravings. You know, animals do the same thing. When an animal doesn't get the right nutrition, it gets cravings. It's called pica. And the animal will start chewing on wood because it wants to get the minerals from the wood. It'll start eating plants that they don't know. It's chewing barbed wire because it's salt on the barbed wire. I mean, these jokers just want the whatever they can get. So they even put salt blocks out for cows so they could lick the salt blocks. Because they know that the cow needs the sodium and the chlorine, the sodium and the sodium chloride. They need that in their bodies for proper nutrition. So they do that. They love the animals so much. I'm gonna tell you how much, this system, which is run by the Caucasians, how much they love animals over people. Okay? They have invested billions of dollars, right, to make sure that the animals don't get sick so that we'll buy the meat. Okay? So if the animals were getting sick, that means the price of the meat will go up because there'd be less healthy animals to give to people, right? So what they do is for let me talk about dogs first, because you know how people love dogs. You know how like white folks love their dogs. Dogs get food with 28 minerals in it, right? They put 28 minerals in the formula for dog food. That's why you shouldn't feed your dog human food. Okay, 28 minerals in the dog food because they give them all the nutrition that they need in the dog food. They have science behind it, right? They put it all together, formulate it. Now they have dog food. You give it to your dogs will live longer than you. Okay? They give rats, lab rats, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Lab rats, I apologize, folks. Lab rats get 28 minerals. I'm so sorry because dogs get 40 minerals.
Wow.
So they put 40 minerals in the formulation for dogs, 28 for rats, and Similac and Infamil has 11.
Wow.
So they don't care. They care more about dogs than babies. So babies, they're only giving 11 essential minerals. Dogs get 40 essential minerals, and lab rats get 28 essential minerals.
So how many essential minerals how many essential vitamins and minerals as we humans need to live? Because I see that, the lab rats have
28.
28. The dogs 40.
We need 90 plus.
Wow.
We need 90 essential minerals, okay, in order for us to thrive. So it's like on a daily basis, we should be getting 90 essential minerals. That goes from the major minerals to the trace minerals to the fatty acids to the amino acids. All together, that's 90.
And that's kind of alarming because we're only giving babies 11 out of 90.
They don't give a flying flip about your children. They don't give a flying flip about the children. That's why you should give your children breast milk. But even with giving your children breast milk, you got to make sure that the mama getting the essential nutrients and vitamins from the foods that she's eating. So if she's eating sick food that comes from a sick soil, she gonna give her baby the inadequate amount of minerals regardless. That's why they give them prenatal vitamins and minerals as well, so that your baby doesn't get so sick. Right. Now, these birth defects are caused by this issue that we're talking about right here.
The lack of vitamins.
The lack of vitamins and minerals being given to them. Let me look at it like this. Let's say Maseratis are nice cars. I like Maseratis. I've been seeing them at work a lot. So a Maserati is an assembly line. It's coming down. All it is a chassis. You just have the frame, and you got to put all the parts on. But let's say some of the workers, they smoking crack. I don't know what the hell they doing. They're not doing their job, right? So the car goes down. They don't put a fuel pump here. They're missing the door here. They're missing some of the door hinges and stuff. So the car comes in the assembly line. You think it's gonna start if you don't put a fuel pump in it? That's the same thing with a baby developing from the first stage all the way to its 9-month stage. If you don't give it essential minerals and vitamins, it's like you're not putting in the fuel pump, and then the baby will be born with defects. That's why babies are born with birth defects. It's because they don't get all of the raw materials to build so they could form properly. So on a cellular level, we have to make sure that we're giving our children essential minerals and vitamins. And we got to make sure they're properly fed what they need on a cellular level.
That's awesome. That's why we have these deficiencies in our bodies, because our bodies are not getting what we need.
We're not getting what we need. We're not getting what we need. And it's sad to say, it's so easy, or it would have been so easy if people cared. If we cared about one another, we loved one another, we wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be giving people GMO food.